Welcome to Football with Cheese. So in this video, we're going to go over the most underrated players at every position on offense. I will do defense tomorrow, so make sure you are subscribed if you're new and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss one of my videos. I did the best players at each position with honorable mentions last week. I'll link them both in the description. Make sure you check it out. I do offense and defense, and make sure you stay to the end of the defensive one where I go over how many each team has, and it's pretty interesting. I'm going to do that as well at the end of the underrated defensive video that I release tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. All right, so let's get into it. The banner, may be a little bit of a spoiler for a couple players. So, quarterback, Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers. I've talked about him a lot. Yes, I'm a Packer fan, but this is not a homer pick. He was number 2 in QBR in the NFL this year. He was number 1 in the playoffs. He's listed at 14th best quarterback on some list that went around X. Yeah, list, sometimes people just do it to get reaction, clickbait, but it's absolutely ridiculous. I think he is borderline top 5 quarterback. I'm going to do my list after the draft, but I think he's somewhere in the 5 to 7 range. He's gotten better each year. His offensive line did not protect him as well this year as in previous years as well. He's just so good at passing the ball. Some of his throws are just incredible. Down the field, right on the receiver's hands. Jordan Love, he's just a beast. My honorable mention, I'm going to go Jared Goff. Just because his offensive line was worse, just like Love, especially in the interior. He doesn't move well, I get it, but he's just become such a good passer. And in past years, he's had these games where he's just awful. Like 2 or 3 games a year. It's why he's not up there like a top 10 quarterback. But he didn't really have those this year. Through 35 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So yeah, Jared Goff, honorable mention, underrated. Okay, running back. Got to go with Kyren Williams, Los Angeles Rams. You look at analytics, or just the eye test, he is top 10 in just about every category. He's good at running. He's good at receiving. He gives effort picking up the blitz. He's just been very good his whole career with the Rams. And no one ever talks about him as being a top 10 running back, and he absolutely is. Maybe not top 5, but top 10 for sure. And honorable mention, I got to go with Jalen Warren, Pittsburgh Steelers. Once again, good runner, very good at picking up the blitz, and one of the better receiving backs in the NFL. He has had some injury issues, probably why no one really talks about him, and Pittsburgh Steelers still like to split carries, but Jalen Warren's just a very good player. Wide receiver, I went with Christian Watson of the Green Bay Packers and Parker Washington of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's talk about Washington first. I criticized the Jaguars for years, giving Parker Washington too many targets. And he wasn't great his first 2 years in the league, but boy, he was terrific this year. Brian Thomas Jr. took a step back, and when they traded for Jacoby Myers after Travis Hunter got hurt, Parker Washington stepped it up. I got to give him credit. He was really good for them down the stretch. And then Christian Watson, he's one of the fastest receivers in the league, even though he's 6'4", 205. He had injury issues his first few years, but those are behind him. He came back from an ACL tear and looked amazing. He was the best receiver on the Packers, and they like to move him around. If they got a really good matchup on the slot, they put him in there, and he absolutely stepped it up this year. So that's why he made the underrated list. If he has a healthy season, 17 games, he's going to put up big numbers next year, in my opinion, so he will not be on this list. Honorable mention, Mario Douglas, New England Patriots. He was a late-round pick. I'm not sure why they don't feature him more. It's like some games, he's just not part of the game plan. But when he is, he seems to just make plays. Really enjoy watching him. And Michael Wilson, Arizona Cardinals, breakout year when Marvin Harrison Jr. got hurt or just checked out in games. Michael Wilson stepped it up. Maybe he didn't have chemistry with Kyler Murray. No one seems to. But Wilson had an outstanding second half of the season. Breakout year, over 1,000 yards. Probably a lot of people haven't heard of him. He's a third-round pick a few years back from Stanford, but really stepped it up. At tight end, I'm going to go with Brenton Strange, Jacksonville Jaguars. He was a surprise second-round pick a few years back. I trashed it at the time. I thought he was more of a fourth-rounder, and he really surprised me this year how well he played. Not just as a receiver, but as a blocker as well. So that's why he's my most underrated tight end. And honorable mention, got to go with A.J. Barner, Seattle Seahawks. Once again, a very good blocker. He was a fourth-round pick and at Michigan 2 years ago, mainly because he ran a 4.8 4.40. That really hurt him, but if you just watch at Michigan, you knew he was faster than that, and he had a touchdown in the Super Bowl, so A.J. Barner is my honorable mention. Offensive tackle. I'm going to go with Alaric Jackson as the left tackle and Zach Tom as the right tackle. So Alaric Jackson went undrafted. No offensive tackle from the Iowa Hawkeye program should ever go undrafted. There was an injury issue, but still. He should have at least been 6th, 7th round flyer. Great undrafted signing by the Rams. He is the blindside protector for Matt Stafford, who's not the most mobile quarterback. And he's just really good. Maybe not elite, but he's just a really good left tackle. And Zach Tom for the Green Bay Packers. I've talked about him in other videos. He's the best offensive lineman on the Green Bay Packers by far, in my opinion. He is a very good run blocker, and he's a very good pass blocker. Is he the best run blocking right tackle? No. Is he the best pass blocking right tackle? No. But he's top 5 at both, so he lands on the underrated list. In fact, when he signed an extension, I got some texts from some friends that, not Packer fans, but fans of other teams saying, "Who is this guy? Is this a good signing?" People never even heard of him. So I had to text back, yeah, he's one of the better right tackles in the NFL. All right, honorable mention. I'm going to go with Bernhard Raimann, I hope I said that right, of the Indianapolis Colts, and Luke Gedeke of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Interesting fact about these guys, they both went to Central Michigan. Just a coincidence. Bernhard Raimann, let's talk about him first. He's just been a good, not great, but good left tackle for the Colts since he came into the league. And Luke Gedeke, they moved Tristan Wirfs, who was probably the best right tackle in the NFL at the time, over to the left side. And they need a right tackle, and Luke Gedeke stepped in just like Raimann. Good, not great, but no one really talks about either one of these players. Okay, offensive guard. I'm going to go with David Edwards for Buffalo Bills at left guard, Kevin Dotson, Los Angeles Rams at right guard. So David Edwards, he was actually a backup for the Rams, signs with the Bills. Some people question the signing, but it's working out for him. He's probably one of the better pass blocking left guards in the NFL. And then Kevin Dotson, on the other end, one of the best run-blocking right guards in the NFL. The Rams love to run behind him with Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. No honorable mentions for guard, because there wasn't anyone else that just really stood out to me as being really underrated. At center, we're going to go with Zach Frazier, Pittsburgh Steelers. I really wanted my Packers to draft him 2 years ago in the 2024 draft. Love watching him at West Virginia. He's that blue-collar West Virginia mentality. Pittsburgh got him, and he's just been good. Maybe not great, but he's just been really good these last 2 years. Top 10 center in the league for sure. And my honorable mention. Okay, I'm going to have trouble with this name. I'm going to go with Yelda Froldholt. It's a Danish name. I hope I said that right. I think it's Yelda. He's another player that I was very high on when I watched him at Arkansas and Bill Belichick drafted in New England. And it just didn't work out there. He never really got a chance and came to Arizona, and he's just been an above-average center. Not great, but just solid, reliable, above average. So he is my honorable mention for underrated center. Okay, so that is offense. Once again, defense, look out for that tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, once again, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. Me and Mike, we do the Lights Out podcast every Tuesday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Link in the description. We talk baseball, football, and of course, NFL. Once again, the list for best player at every position, offense and defense, those videos are in the description, so check them out if you have not. Share this with anyone who loves football. I cover all 32 teams on this channel. Big emphasis on the NFL draft. Make sure you check out this video right here about Josh Allen and why he deserves better from the Bills and the media. And I will see you in the next one.